What's going on, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
The
Happy
first
New Year.
stream of the new year.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Up. Wow, we got a crowd today. This is awesome. What's going on, everybody? We got a lot to talk about today. It's going to be fantastic. I'm telling you, I think this stream is going to be an awesome one tonight. It's going to be a really good one. So make sure you like the stream. Otherwise, as I always say, a trans person will attack you in your sleep tonight if you do not like the stream. So please make sure you like the stream. Maybe we'll get Red to smile today if we like the stream. Get it to like 60.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. We got it. Perfect.
Yay! We got one.
Prime got the Chucky smile going for the profile picture. I love it. I don't know what Dragon Slayer got going on. I'm sure he's gonna change it at some point.
I don't know. Like, there's no memes yet. I was gonna name my profile Velma Slayer commentaries, but then I was like, no, I don't want to confuse everyone.
No, can we not trigger people right off the bat, please? We gotta take it easy, do our intros.
Hey, I had a brain aneurysm. I watched those two episodes back to back.
You're not the only one that watched them.
Who told you to watch back to back, you psychopaths? Why would you do that?
Because I don't know. Red inspired me to this insanity.
That's true. All right,
I mean, I watched it. I watched it, and then I was just like, I need to watch something else.
Yeah,
just to get the taste out of my mouth.
Wow, that's rough.
Damn. I felt compelled to write a script. That's how quick I was.
Stop it. No talking about Velma yet. Hold on. Let's do our intros. We're gonna go around the clock. Mr. Coach MC, what's up, man? Long time no see, Coach.
It's fantastic to be back. Thanks so much for having me, Hypno. It's an honor. It's great to have you back, guys, as well. And this is the first stream of the year, so it's new intentions, it's new ideas, it's new solutions, new performances, new chances. Every day we wake up, it's a new chance. So come over to the Coach MC studio, discover your new chance to perform in an extraordinary way, unlock some unique keys, get better with us, subscribe to these guys as well, to this wonderful, epic panel, and let's rock our culture.
Good stuff, sir. Mr. Dragon Slayer commentaries. What's going on,
Hello,
buddy?
everyone. Yes. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm glad to be back here again. And for those of you who don't know me, as the name says, I actually am a Dragon Slayer, technically a dragon pretending to be one. And I give funny but informative commentary on the terrible things that are happening in Hollywood, such as Velma or Witcher Blood Origin, for example. And even, well, Rings of Power, which I already did. But Velma is my new victim. So, you know.
Yeah, you're probably going to be the victim of Velma, but okay.
I already was. Now I'm turning the tables.
Yeah, seriously. All right, let's go back around. Miss Casey, tell them about you.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm happy to be back with you guys. You guys can catch me on That Girl Casey, where we talk about the inconvenient truth and how it affects you. And yeah, I watched Velma too. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about how sick I got after watching the first episode.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody's just getting sick from this thing.
It's collective trauma.
It sure is. Welcome, Casey. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Red Sings the Blues. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
He smiled. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Everybody likes to
God
talk
damn it.
about me not smiling. I do.
To be fair, I gave Fatal J a lot of shit for not smiling too one time, just to be fair. So, go ahead. Uh-oh.
Oh,
no. Uh-oh.
Oh,
no, we scared him away.
No. Oh, wait, he's back. There we go.
He's back.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
We're good, man.
Okay, cool.
Go for
Red
it,
sings
sir.
the blues. That won't happen again. Everybody else do their introductions. I already failed mine.
That's great stuff. Mr. Prime Chucky Smile, the Godfather. Take it away, sir.
What the hell happened here? Because my stuff went out. There we go.
Perfect.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, I hope everybody is having a good, start of their year so far. But hey, I am about controversy like a mug. I'm about the truth. I'm not indoctrinated in the matrix. A lot of people gonna get triggered about my takes, but they're gonna be actual factuals. They're gonna be common sense like a mug. So let's get it going.
Prime's that Cajun seasoning to this freaking jambalaya we call it.
Prime's been ready to start swinging like right off the bat before the show even started coming out. It's good stuff. All right, guys, listen, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Welcome everybody to the panel once again. It's been a fantastic start of the year. There's been so much going on. I can't believe how much drama has been happening in January, and the year's just started. It's crazy. usually drama doesn't happen this fast when it comes out. You know,
No, yeah.
Right.
I mean, we got different TV shows people are pissed about. We got people dying left and right. We got people getting arrested left and right. I mean, I don't even know what's going on, but it's crazy stuff, and we're gonna talk about it. But we're gonna start off today's stream with what everybody wants to talk about because that's like the big fucking thing right now, and that has to do with Velma. So we're just gonna put that out there before everybody starts getting triggered. All right, you guys can start leaving your comments in the chat because I'm sure people are gonna be talking about Velma. If you saw it, you didn't see it, I'll bring up some what do you call it, like clips from the show because I didn't actually watch the show yet. FYI, I was gonna watch it and then do a review.
Clips?
I can't, man. I can't do it. I need to do other stuff first. But yes, I will watch the show. Don't worry. And well, you should worry, at least for my sanity anyway. And then we're gonna put it out there.
I should warn you. You might want to be careful which clips you choose. Well, no, they're from YouTube. That's great because like in the actual show, they like show a bunch of like nudity and like
the show's crazy supposedly, right? Like who has seen it in this panel? Who's seen it?
Me.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the first episode. That was it.
Prime, you didn't see it. Prime?
I saw both, like Red.
I guess Prime went to sleep. Okay, no problem. So four of you seen it so far. All right. So what do you guys? While I'm looking up clips, what do you guys think about it? You can start. I don't care who starts. Whatever.
Who wants to go first?
Dragon, you might.
I guess me. Yeah. Okay. So I watched the show, and at first I was like, okay, maybe I saw the trailer. It was pretty bad, but I was like, okay, maybe it's just a bad trailer. I go into the show, literally the first 3 minutes, I think it was like that quick. It's just like they're talking about how Velma is trying to tell everyone that this origin story is going to be completely different from all the generic stuff that you've seen about origin stories, yet it's as generic as it can get. And literally, it starts off with apparently Daphne being Asian. I had no idea until she said, well, as an Asian woman. And then it's just a bunch of naked girls in a shower. But the thing is, I found it a little bit creepy after the fact because I was like, these are supposed to be high school girls.
Yeah.
And they're just flat out showing like really, and I'm not talking like really well drawn out, like naked bodies. I don't like saying that because it kind of makes me feel a little bit terrible, but they really went hard on that shit. And I'm just like, holy shit, they really.
So they just put it all out there.
They kind of pussied out on the on like the obvious areas, but yeah, the rest, just flat out show it all. And then for some reason, Velma attacks Daphne with a freaking walking stick. Like she looks like she's about to kill everyone.
You're already starting with some intrinsic details and some explanations. I mean, you should tell people out there overall what really.
Oh no, not that.
Like what happened here? It's like.
So from what I'm understanding, a lot of people, even like the super like whatever you want to call them, left wing crowd or progressive crowd, even they have a lot of issues with Velma because a lot of them are saying that Velma just doesn't act like Velma. Like forget everything else about the show. Velma's just not Velma. Like,
no, she's a complete and total blackmailer.
It's character. I don't feel like these are not the original characters in the way they're acting. No one is.
No.
Well, the thing is, you got to be well aware of who made the shit. Mandy Kaling was her name, and Mandy Kaling does things in her image. So it's basically like when you I was just like, what is this? Rule 34?
The shit out of this woman. Like Daphne.
This really happened?
Yes, it's a lot of that.
First minute and a half.
It's
like
hypno.
Like I'm just like, so wait a minute. So the thing is that women aren't supposed to be objectified, but
they just do it.
I mean, just flat out do it. It's just like, I mean, it's just, well, I mean,
and they're making fun of the intros of the like, how these pilots for all these popular shows, they're over gratuitous on sex and nudity, and like they're making fun of that.
I'm like,
they're doing
I'm like, when I heard her say that, it's just like it'd be super hot if you two kiss. I'm like,
yeah,
god damn, like you really like Jesus, like what?
This is really on the nose,
animated.
It's a cop out. Like they put it in, and then they're like acting like they're making fun of it, I guess, or whatever. That they're above it, but they put it in anyway. And
I'm scared to click these. I don't know. I gotta look into this.
No, don't.
You
might get age restricted. This is worse.
What the?
It's like if
Zipper unzips. What the fuck?
It's like if Rule 34 and DeviantArt just literally had a whole child.
Yeah, yeah, and it got animated too. But no,
Bro,
in this scene, so you understand, Fred is apparently this super rich, clueless, idiotic white guy that can't do anything without the help of his assistants, and he's obviously like the most popular dude in the high school. And apparently, he's dating Daphne. And in this scene, before they kiss, he was talking about the fact that one of the girls that they found in the locker room was dead, and apparently he was his side chick that he was gonna go after if the thing with Daphne didn't work out. And Daphne hears all of this, doesn't give a shit, starts kissing, and they show something before the zipper where she's literally the first one to squeeze his ass. Normally in most films, it's usually the dude that does it first. No, she does it first because female empowerment all the way, times 9,000. And then she tries to unzip his pants, but Fred for some reason doesn't let her have access to his pants.
Hypno, basically what they did is what they did for the last, I don't know, like 5-6 years. They took a famous, beautiful IP, they stripped it off of everything that was beautiful and magic about it. They added some nonsensical stuff, and of course they're adding nudity and vulgarity, and they stripped off everything that was really like mystery like and interesting. And of course the white guy is a toxic guy, he's a stupid guy, Absolutely. He's a failure.
It's not even good nudity. It's like not even like it doesn't serve a purpose. Like in most shows, like if they show nudity, normally has a purpose to the story. In this case, it has no purpose.
Hold on a second. I have to disagree with that, because nowadays, if you're looking at like anything with mature adult themes in it, like anything from Showtime or HBO Max, if you're like really looking at certain storylines and certain story plots, nudity is in there not even for the aesthetic. It's there because it's there. It's like people, and this is just something that I think people don't seem to understand it, which is, nudity is like it is an aesthetic. It's an art. It's like a complete art form. Nudity is an art form. However, nowadays it's very like in your face. It's like hypersexualized, basically. Like.
Oh, don't let me say cuss words. I can't say cuss words because Papa. Well, no, we already said way worse than that. Papa,
we're demonetized already. Don't worry about it. Just go.
Yeah, we're age restricted, demonetized, and thrown into oblivion. So it's okay, guys.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it. Fuck YouTube.
No, fuck this bitch. There we go. Now I got to say it. This woman,
like,
oh god,
I can see where Velma's inspiration came from, though. I will say that.
He's horrible. Absolutely. It is horrible. And when they just. No, go ahead, Casey. Sorry.
Nah, it's like because Hypno, you tweeted something about the show having like it's a cartoon and it's supposed to be for adults, but kids are gonna end up watching it. And yes, like that is like when I was watching it, I was like, who is this made? Is this made for adults or is this made for like kids? Like, because I'm confused because this is a cartoon, but it's very vulgar, And then, like, I remember American Dad. I remember, what's the other one? Family Guy. Like, it was a little vulgar, right? But like this one was just overly like on purpose vulgar. And the very first second they start narrating about, the white man something. I can't remember what it was. Something. It was the usual. Like, let's start tearing it up. You know what I mean? 3 seconds. Let's already start ripping it apart. The helpless person, and I'm the one who started the Scooby-Doo, and Fred is dumb, and this, that, and the third, and like, just let's rip it apart already from the rip. And that's what makes it corny, because they're narrating what they're doing as a cop-out. It's such a cop-out. It's like, we're doing this on purpose to make fun of you guys, and we think it's funny, but it's not funny. Like, it's corny. Like, and then like, they do that so much that maybe if there was at least a little storyline underneath that you're trying to pay attention to, you really can't, because you keep getting distracted by the fact that Fred, when they took Fred, I'm not going to say, like, I used to watch this show as a kid, right? I do remember as a kid seeing Velma, like the big girl with the glasses, all right? So I was always a little like, a little bigger grown up. So, but like, she was part of the cool club as far as I was concerned, like, because Fred was like, like preppy, and Daphne was pretty girl, and they were all friends.
Like back then, it was like it was like, what was it, like 68, 69?
Yeah.
Think about it. You had the nerd, you had the dude who was stoned all the time and kind of,
yeah.
I have a clip that I want to show that
was
just
pretty diversified. It was like you had every kind of substratus of society kind of pinched in that gang, and they solved mysteries, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
How
Oh
got
no,
along
not
with each other.
Norville, not the
No,
black
this
Shaggy.
so this clip right here, I want to show this clip because this shows just how they don't get Velma. Like they truly
No, they
don't
don't.
understand the character that they're writing. They just decided to take a children's IP, make it into an adult show because that's like a thing now apparently. And they really don't they don't have a basic understanding of who they're adapting, right? So Velma's always been known as the smart one, right? So when I
Yeah.
saw this clip, it didn't make sense to me that she would be asking for homework answers from fucking Shaggy. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it
to me.
makes
Like,
no
the smart,
sense.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
smart
right.
one is
Makes no
asking
sense.
for
I'm
homework
so glad,
answers.
but I'm so glad that you're the one that caught that, because I'm just saying to myself, wait, Velma is the one solving the mysteries. Everybody else is just doing something
100%.
else. And
Absolutely.
but it's just like, so Velma's a ditzy, just a ditzy Asian. That doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
Now
No,
you're
like
a
she's
ditzy-
supposed to be Indian, like brown skinned people. I don't know what she is. I guess
I don't know.
Indian.
Let me
like,
play
they don't
this
make
clip
it
for the
clear.
chat so they can see what I'm talking about. Hold on.
No,
All right,
dude,
I'm gonna fix that. Hold on.
Yeah, but the worst part is that I did notice like the same thing. Read like why is
the smart girl, or who was supposed to be the smart girl, asking for answers from? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Like the basic understanding of the
usually
character is just fucking completely ignored. It's ignored. And this is just one example of many clips that I've seen, and I'll bring them up over time. But that's all I wanted to show.
these shows have no common sense, Hypno. We have to all like we know this, but our brains still want to deny it because
Oh,
it
this
doesn't
has-
make sense with reality.
It's not
Guys,
about
you're
common
not-
sense though.
Guys, you're not looking
What's
at
up?
this for what it really is.
He
Tax
okay.
write-off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
2 words.
Well, we
tax
know that
write-off.
already too, Red. But
Right.
it's like
Yeah, true.
every terrible show that we see these days, we just have to think that it's money laundering, tax write off, whatever.
Right.
It's just a way to get rid of.
But
get rid of
none
extra
of
money.
this is about common sense though, Slayer. It's just you can say fuck all common sense, but you should at least stay true to what's already been like set up. Like you have an established character. It's not like they're complicated fucking characters. It's a Scooby Doo for God's sake.
No,
like,
yeah, it's Scooby Doo.
the easiest thing to adapt, and you
Right.
you forget the fundamental fact that this woman is the smartest in the entire group.
But
And-
also, they even forgot the one thing that made the show: the goddamn dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Exactly.
The dog is
Yeah,
gone.
where's the dog?
He probably will show up later because they mentioned that she gathers the whole gang. So I guess the dog will show up later. It might. You know what? For all I know,
I think it's a rights issue.
you think it's a rights issue because
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it's,
well,
I think it's a
well,
rights
the thing is, well, hear me out on this
well, they
one.
might throw Scrappy in there.
The
that's
problem with that, the problem with that is that Velma is its own thing. Mindy Kaling would then have to pay Warner Brothers a lot more money, which she's not going to get from this piece of shit. She's going to have to get more money in order to claim the IP of Scooby-Doo and write Scooby-Doo in there. Scooby-Doo is its own IP. She has Velma, which is its own IP. She made Velma, which is a character of Scooby-Doo, but Scooby-Doo, it's its own, Warner Brothers thing. They can't do that.
Right, and that's why I said I think it's a rights issue, and that's also probably why they didn't use the name Shaggy, other than the fact that I think they probably thought it would have been racist to have a black person named Shaggy. But besides that, I think it's a rights issue with Shaggy. Shaggy and Scooby Doo are like the two who are probably, I would say, the most expensive to acquire in terms of rights. Everybody else, Daphne, Fred, Velma's probably a little higher up there, but Daphne, Fred, and then what you call it? Who's the other one? Is there another one? I forgot. But all like the side characters and shit, they don't really matter. But Shaggy and Scooby Doo, those are like the two big ones, right? So
they're big.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way she has the money to acquire the rights for those characters, knowing damn well she's never gonna make it back for this show.
That woman
like Red
actually,
said.
that crazy woman funded this shit.
No, I'm talking about the studio whoever
the studio.
fucking made this
Okay,
shit, like, they got the rights for this.
Hanna-Barbera.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. Really?
Fun.
Fucking Hanna-Barbera? Are you serious?
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera made the
Jesus
whole.
Christ.
Yeah.
Weren't they the
Y'all-
ones who like began this all, or am I crazy?
They don't care. These new people come
No,
in.
no, they don't care. No, go ahead, Casey.
But
Yeah.
like, y'all got to think about it like the way try to think how they think. Because y'all just asked the question, like, why would Velma be asking Norville for the math questions when she's supposed to be the smartest, right? Okay. So you have to remove your brain and your heart. Like that's how I deal when I'm looking at these political things that are going on. I'm like, okay, let me take my heart out of it and then think like these people. So take your brain out of it and think like these people. In the hierarchy of ideology, right? Okay, maybe if Velma would have came out as a lesbian already, she might have had the chance to be smarter than Norville. But if Norville is asking Velma for the answers, then the ideological, like the small, loud minority of the quote black liberal who's into this would be like, why is the black guy stupid? So this is like how, you know what I mean? Like this is how when the boxes are checking, they have to. It sounds crazy. Like me saying it is just a lot. But it's like, well, we can't offend this one.
You're not crazy, Casey.
Way,
it's how it is.
Yeah, like we have to not offend this one. So then this would be like this, and then well, the white man can be all the way down here. So we'll definitely, you know what I mean? Like that's we cool with that. We can do whatever we want with that. But like that's how it goes. So that's how Norville is just a smidge smarter than Velma, but she's still smart. But we have to let Norville stay just a smidge smarter than Velma.
Yeah, so but then you have the opportunity to showcase a smart black woman, and you don't. You let the black man.
Well, remember,
be smarter
Velma's
than her?
not black. Okay.
Oh, what is she?
Well, hold on.
She's a brown person, technically. That's what they call him now.
Well, let me add to that. I agree with what Casey is saying, but you're forgetting one thing. They made Norville smart, but they made him like weak. They kind of made him a smart guy. However, he is weak compared to in the second shitty episode, he has a crush on Velma, but then he sees Velma and Daphne kissing, and then he's like, rom-com my ass. So basically he's made into like this, like cuckold, basically. Like I'll never get my chance with Velma. I have to find somebody else and all that other shit.
You know what they'll turn him into?
Have any real men in this? No, there can't be. White men are all the way at the bottom, and then men, period. No real man can have a part. Like even Velma's dad is a moron on the thing.
A moron who knocked up apparently the.
Well, I'm assuming that like I said, I haven't seen the show, but I'm going to assume that every man in this show is just stupid.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's no. Well, stupid or weak or
weak or yeah.
Because in the mind of someone like this, I already forgot her name. What's her name again?
Mindy Kaling.
Yeah, in the mind of someone like Mindy, whatever, she views men like this is her real like this is her mindset every day. Like she lives this every day. This is how she views men every single day. And now she's finally got the opportunity. And I tweeted this. She finally got the opportunity to write men and showcase men the way she views them every single day. Right, so this is how women like her view men all the time.
Characters are not likable. The story isn't. I mean, the animation is pretty okay. It doesn't.
The effects are decent. Like Avatar. Like you remember the last episode of the Avatar play in Avatar: The Last Airbender. They hated the show, but Sokka's like, well, the effects were decent.
Basically,
you got to find the silver lining,
dude.
Because we're talking so negatively, but yeah, I mean. But basically everything else is just
hand drawn.
The characters are not likable. The story is not compelling. The men usually are weak or stupid or confused. They don't
intellectually deprived, usually rich. For some reason, very physically fit, but can't do anything else besides that.
In a strange way.
Yeah, I never got that.
What is it that they're trying to submit?
I don't get it. I don't get it either. Like this is a little bit of a confusion for me, but you know what really put it for me that I should not care what happens on this show, just bear with it. The second somebody decides to throw a PR Velma, but the second somebody decided to throw a fucking paper cutter, like the entire damn thing, at Velma, and then for some reason Fred just turned into an anime protagonist, caught that shit barehanded, and then threw it back at that direction. And for some reason, that guy threw with such force that the paper cutter bounced and somehow cut a perf dude's leg off. Yeah. And it's like some of the gore. No, and this is like later into the first episode. Some of the gore in these two episodes makes no sense. It just feels like gratuitous gore for the sake of gore, because I guess.
And is it true that Daphne is a drug dealer in this?
Yes, she does drug dealing in the second episode.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Her nickname is Big Man.
But Hypnotic. Did you get the kissing Did you get the kissing scenes at least?
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta
the
watch
kissing
that.
scene.
We gotta
That
watch
was
I
at
haven't
that.
the
seen.
end though.
It's not proper if we're not being true misogynists and watching women kiss.
Yes, please,
take it.
please.
Fair enough. I mean, it's bad enough we saw them all naked in the shower, but
I mean,
apparently
this is
that's
who is
empowering.
the
No,
show
no.
for? Like,
Bro, I swear to you, there are some like adult content animators out there. When they saw their show, they were like, "Hey, now I'm gonna make some money." Because like seriously,
crazy.
bro, it's true. Like it's like they're just giving. Like the only people benefiting from watching this show are literally people like us that are gonna make content off of it and like get more
Nobody
exposure.
else.
And the adult animators. That's literally it.
Nobody else is gonna make money with that show.
No, yeah, nobody's gonna make money out of it or anything out of it except those kinds of people.
Make any real money.
No, yeah, it's just so devoid of like it doesn't even have a direction. Like the stories that they present to you, they just seem so mundane in the sense that you don't know what the fuck is
Oh my
gonna
God.
happen. Like,
I gotta share this.
okay,
What the fuck is this is wild, bro. This is supposed to be like a high school and you got people getting cut up in this bitch? Hold on.
yeah.
What is this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
A brain removing.
Are you
surgery.
serious?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I
just-
said. That's what I was talking to you about. I told you it's
Yeah.
real.
I
Oh
said,
my
I
God.
never understood that.
It
Like, what
makes
is
no
this?
sense, Red. They just do it because why not? They probably sat
Well,
in
they
the room.
can. They do it because they can.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just you know what? Be cool. Probably high on LSD. That's what I thought when I was writing my script. I was like, you know what? They probably were high on LSD, like some strong shit. And I was like, no, they probably took
this
that.
sounds this ain't LSD. This is like K2.
K2.
Yep. Yeah.
K2.
You
Bro,
right.
that shit, bro. I don't
bootleg.
even. Bro, I need,
LSD, no, LSD. I'm not saying anything that won't incriminate me, but that's not LSD. K2.
No, dude,
that's
Somebody
K2.
said don't insult LSD like that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say.
well,
They
look,
would've
I'm
actually
sorry.
put
I
something
need
good on
someone to teach me the names of like the new potent drugs so I can use those
Or nah, this
in my scripts, not in
Let's
real
not
life.
talk
Don't
drugs
take
in this
that.
stream. Come on, I already
Come
know
on
we're
now.
demonetized, but goddamn, let's not go far.
I do not condone the usage.
Oh yeah, we
Sure,
don't
sure.
condone the usage of drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yes, don't do
Yeah.
drugs. Don't do drugs.
I'll put a disclaimer banner on the stream.
Disclaimer.
But bro, this is crazy. You know what's funny? So one thing I want to
Yeah.
mention, I was going to tweet this out on this video. So it's interesting how every time these people, these so-called adults that are making an adult show, they just think that making an adult show means being as vulgar as fucking possible. Like that's all they think being an adult show is. Like they throw in all these random, misplaced, vulgar scenes that just don't really have. Like what? Like are you like why did you cut homie's legs off right here? Like what is the point of
Because
this?
he's a perv. Because homie's a perv.
Well-
apparently,
well, the thing-
literally the second Velma walked in, he was like, "Are you a foreign exchange student from a sexually liberated country?" And I was
serious?
like, he literally like as Velma walks into the high school because she had like some hallucinations when she found out her mom just left her and her dad because they were both insane, and so I guess that kind of liberated her mind. And she was like, I'm gonna dress like a complete slut so that everyone in school can accept me as a normal person. And then they make fun of her like you see here. And literally the pervy dude that got his leg cut off. And yes, he's a ginger. Of course they had to kill him.
Ginger genocide.
They have a hidden agenda against gingers for some reason. And I don't know why. But
It is
they
quite a
really
weird
do.
thing.
It is a
It is
weird thing.
Well,
But yeah,
well,
I never understood
I wanna, well, I kind of want to bring up a good point that Dragon Slayer made. Like, why does it need to be overtly adult? Well, because I think people are trying to be. Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to have this whole like edgy sort of thing, and it's not working. Like, edgy works when something about like a certain culture or a certain society isn't going somebody's way, and the only way to get it out is through through art, through music, through TV and stuff like that. But in this, the edginess doesn't work because everything that seems to be edgy is just cringe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
basically
There you
like
go.
Based on the story again, because they're not exploring characters. Back then, you had an edge because the story was exploring the characters, and while doing so, naturally you got into an edge, and so it felt naturally also to observe. Here, it doesn't feel naturally because there's no story behind it. It's just placed there to kind of trigger us and create some stimuli. I mean, look at it. It's like programmed. We have some nudity. We have some vulgarity.
No.
Crime.
No.
Yeah, it's like, well, we know you hate the show, but hey, at least we have some nudity
Yeah.
and girls kissing. I know you guys like that.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
the
It's
true
cheesy.
misogynist
everything.
to me-
This is
it's
aimed
cheesy.
at
misogynist
teenage
to me is
boys.
like, yeah, I like 2 girls kissing, but this whole story sucks with it.
Guys,
Right.
this is aimed at like Generation Z or whatever the new one is mostly aimed at prepubescent or like post-puberty teenage boys. Okay, this is
I don't
all.
think it is.
But
Well,
Dragon
no, because like most of the stuff that happens, like if I was 16 and watching this, I would be like, well, no, I wouldn't be because I would be
Well-
smarter than all those bastards.
Well, I mean,
But,
This
like-
is supposed to be an adult show, so they can't even use that argument though, because if they're saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Well, yeah, I didn't
you know-
even know that though. I was like, oh, Velma show, yeah, it might be shit, but it's probably a kid's show. When I saw all this crap, I was like, oh fuck, I guess not.
Right.
right.
Like they don't even make it clear or like as clear as possible for everyone. Like imagine parents, okay, who saw Scooby Doo and then like their kids saw a little bit of Scooby Doo and they were like, oh, a new Scooby Doo adaptation. Hey kids, let's sit down and watch. And
Right,
literally
right.
they see the shower scene, and then the parents are like, oh fuck.
Well, that's why I tweeted out what I tweeted out, because I said that they know damn well their kids are going to try to watch this. They
Oh
know.
yeah.
And they can claim all they want that this is an adult show and it's meant for adults. You're full of shit, bro. Kids, especially with the way that it's designed in this animation. This animation screams kids
Animation,
all day
Oh
long.
yeah, yeah. It
So they are
does.
And
trying to
HBO
attract
Max-
kids.
Like, how do we even like on HBO Max? You can't even tell that it's for adults. That's why I was confused. I'm like, this is supposed to be for kids because I think you can watch other cartoons on HBO Max. So a kid is gonna
They
put this
have
on
a
like,
kids
oh,
section.
yeah, like
but-
let me. But maybe people don't have the kids section up, and it just
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean.
they
Like,
don't-
oh,
The kids
Velma.
section of any app never gets used. Just look
No,
at
never
YouTube,
gets
for
used.
example. That's why you got all these fucking rules changing on YouTube, because they know nobody uses YouTube Kids. Kids are
No,
all
of
over
course
on
not.
regular YouTube, and it's the same thing with the other apps as well.
No, and the worst part is, they could have, if they really wanted it to make it adult, why not make it to a point where they're in college instead of high school? Because literally all you're showing to kids and to like whatever adult that's watching is, hey, guess what? Sex between minors is completely okay. We're gonna glorify that shit, and we're gonna drive it all the way home that this is okay. Look,
Oh, for sure.
for me,
I mean, but
it's
we
fucked up.
also live in a world where Cuties and that other show on Netflix exists.
Yeah.
So they're
well,
Yep.
yeah, you're right, but it still is fucked up, dude. Doesn't
Still
matter.
up to this day.
No,
appreciate it.
I get you. I am 100%.
Yeah.
But we just forget we live in a world where those two things exist.
No, and I'm gonna point that shit out in my video because like that pissed me off. Like when I actually thought about it, I was like, holy shit, they actually went into it. Like I'm not like I don't have a tinfoil hat on and they're doing this shit out in the open.
Yeah.
They don't care anymore. And so that just drove me nuts. Because I was like, at first you had to like really look to kind of see some of the innuendos, but nowadays they don't care.
Right,
And it just surprised me. Like, no, it tells you that either they were doing this intentionally or the creators of this show didn't pay attention whatsoever, that all the stuff they were showing, the people that this was going to happen to or they were going to do it for are a bunch of high schoolers. Like everything, like I swear there's going to be a controversy over this. And it's not even going to come from here. It's going to come from somewhere else, and somebody else is going to point out this exact same thing. And it's going to come to bite them in the ass. I already know
Bro,
this.
No, it's not.
Look at this.
It's not. Yeah, I agree. It's not gonna. It's
It's
not.
not.
I mean,
They don't care.
they let Cutie slide up until until it got to the Supreme Court. They let the other show slide on. I forget. It was the show with the monsters and stuff like that. They're not letting it. Listen, it's HBO Max. The only thing that it'll get is like, oh, okay, well, this is at 9%. But when it comes down to like, like even like I would say if you watched, the show Degrassi, it kind of, had that kind of, edge to it. But in that sort of sense, it's like, kind of, keep that in your mind. Keep that in your mind,
Right. Let me play this clip real quick because it's interesting how these same people, they like to attack their target audiences. I don't know why. Like if you say this is an adult show, why are you making fun of adults who watch cartoons? It just doesn't make sense. Just watch this clip. It makes
You know
zero
what
sense.
420 is, right?
Yeah, it's code for adults who still watch cartoons.
Like what's the point of that? Like you're supposed to be an adult.
I'll tell you. I'll
Go
tell
ahead,
you.
go for it.
Please let us know, man.
Because the thing is that because what Mindy is trying to say is that the people that are going to shit on the show. They smoke too much weed. They're in their mother's house, and they're incels and all that other stuff. The incels are going to make fun of this. They're going to get a laugh at this. So let me make fun of it the only way that I know how.
We're all normal people. We're the ones that watch this. The incels are just gonna be like, nah, man, all these normal people are idiots. I'm not gonna watch this.
I don't know. I think it's such a bullshit like with her. Anyway, go ahead. Casey, go ahead.
No, Mindy Kaling is like miserable, rich, brown woman, whatever. Like, I'm gonna take. First of all, I know how women think, and then like people
so.
like that.
I said I'd hope so.
Definitely an advantage.
Like, he said, y'all are just sexist. Call me whatever.
I know. Sorry, shill. Okay, go ahead and tell your shill
partners. Hey, listen, Film Rebel, I'm just saying, if you got time to be in the chat, you could have had time to be in the stream. I understand. Little Mac got you scared. I get it. Tuesday was rough. I understand, but it's all good, man. We'll see you next Saturday. We love you. Good.
But yeah, she absolutely had to take Velma and destroy it, and hit everything that, like just demolish the whole brand and everything, knowing that people were going to talk trash. So she could say, hi, yeah, see, look at them, they talk trash. Like, this makes her absolutely happy to do it. And that's a sick mind, because I don't understand people who I don't like something, but you want to do it anyways. And then when I get, why are you poking me? You know what I mean? And then when I respond to the poke, it's like, I see, she gets off on, these people, they enjoy it. Like, yeah, we're gonna take that away from them. Like, all right, fine, do whatever with Velma, like whatever. Like, nobody's really gonna lose their mind over it that much. We know what y'all doing now. Okay. And then maybe one day somebody who has a little bit more sense will buy the IP for Daphne and then do something better with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way that some of this stuff will stop or whatever. Like, we have to counter it with better material, which I believe is happening slowly, very slowly.
I see the demand is getting higher. People are now seeing what's going on, and there is more and more, people waking up to this, and more people realizing, okay, they took away too many IPs. This has to stop. So there's definitely the awareness it's growing, and people are getting bored for over this stuff, because it doesn't, it's not entertaining. Even if you don't have likable characters and the story doesn't really make sense, and there is nothing really to tell except that overwhelmingly break the fourth wall and in order to be funny and do stupid stuff. This stuff, it's not entertaining. And so people, I don't even think that kids gonna like this. Kids, they are spoiled. They're used to big tempo, fast cuts, good stories. What is this? Do you think kids gonna enjoy this? I'm not sure.
Well, the thing is that even if kids were to watch it, kids are going to imitate it. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you're not looking at it the way that I'm looking at it, is that, look, they are going to get a more edgier yet more hypersexualized version of Velma, and it's just gonna, again, if a kid were to watch this or a teenager were to watch this, it's just gonna overhype them into this whole sexual, violent, gory yet edgy sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? But without understanding the premise or even the mastery of the word edgy, or the genre of edgy. Like, what makes something edgy? What makes something, it's meant for, it's honestly, not even meant for adults. It's meant for kids, and it was made for mature adults, quote unquote. But let's face it, when we were kids, we were watching Adult Swim and all that. So, we all know, that this is going to just overhype sexuality and all this other stuff, which again, that's what they were doing,
Right. This is one thing I want to bring up is this right here. So if you read this, right, this is exactly the problem with a lot of these shows that they're coming out with. All these people who are trying to make these cultural shows or these culture shifting shows, like race swapping Velma or doing all this shit. The point is, these characters are just not likable. Like, I've said this many times, it doesn't matter about the race of the character, doesn't matter about the overall, what you're trying to change. You're just not making a good show. That's just the problem. The show by itself, as it is, it's fucking terrible. Every character is unlikable. Nobody likes Velma. Nobody likes Norville, Shaggy, whatever you want to call him. Nobody likes Fred. The show is terrible. The characters are terrible. You don't know what you're doing, and that's the problem. And I don't know if it's purposeful at this point in terms of like the just being like terrible creators, but it's not helping anybody other than I guess maybe corporate ESG scores. Who knows? But
I don't think they're doing it on purpose. Oh, wait, hold on. We got a coach art. We haven't seen this in a while. Drunk. Hey, how you doing, man?
What's up, Drunk 3PO? How you doing, brother? We did talk about
it in the beginning, Drunk. I had to bring it up.
Yeah,
I had to bring up that shit,
Oh,
and I'm going to mention it on YouTube.
Dragon Slayer brought it up, and now the FBI is looking for him.
I know. I'm sorry. But
nice.
Hold on. Ooh.
Oh, that's
Dude,
sexy.
That is good artwork.
Really
we need to get that. No,
I do miss Coach's artwork, man. Gotta bring
that
it
is
back.
some good artwork, dude.
Got some stuff for you guys later if you want.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. But no,
we did bring it up though, Drunk 3PO.
Yeah, and the thing is, no, it's all good, man. But the thing is, the reason I think why no character is likable is because these people don't know how to write real human beings having real human interactions. And the thing is, even Shaggy, Velma, like all the Daphne, Fred, and Scooby, they had the reason why people like their characters so much and why that franchise has succeeded for so long is because their characters are relatable. Okay, because Shaggy, anyone who's ever been stoned out of their mind knows exactly how that feels, and they kind of laugh about it. Velma, same thing. People who are really smart kind of align more towards her. Daphne was more of the normal girl that's, even though, she's a little bit too superficial, they still try to be normal and fit in and, try not to be too much of an asshole. And then Fred represents the leader of the group. Maybe they don't know what they're doing half the time, but at least they know how to lead.
I feel like these people are writing characters that are based off of social media versions of people. Like there's not like they're not real people. They're like the social media versions of whoever they want to.
They are the
probably,
It's almost like a caricature. It's not like a real human being, right? It's like a super stretched and kind of flex strange human being that needs to kind of check out boxes and be funny and be, superior and all that. I don't know what they're trying to like Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect in this case. But like in America to say, I don't know how to write characters anymore is like, if you try to create like I don't know, like a film studio on the Falkland Islands, which is like in the Atlantic Ocean, and these people don't know how to write a character. Okay, I could excuse them. They have an alibi. They don't have like an industry that it's over 150 years old. But over here, saying, I don't know how to write characters anymore, or good or compelling characters. Like there is an archive. Just pick out a book, open it up, and then you have like some sort of blueprint that you just basically have to copy and to kind of create something compelling around it. So they don't want to. They know exactly how to do it. They just don't want to. Obviously, for them, it's just making these oversaturized characters that don't make any sense, and stuff them with all the agenda stuff, and make them as the conduit of the agenda and the information, not the conduit of art.
Right. One thing I want to mention really quick. Hold on. Let me call out this super chat before we go into this clip, because this is a good clip right here. It shows how they always try to portray men to be like super weak. But Douglas earns for $2. I'd love to replicate my genes with the female. I have no idea who he's referencing, but
no idea, but we get it.
I'm gonna turn I'm a blind eye on that one. Thank you, Douglas. I appreciate it.
Oh my God.
All right, so listen to this clip. So this is exactly how people like Mindy, whatever the fuck her last name was, this is how they view men, and this is how they love to write. Did you guys see this or no?
Bro, I've seen everything. I probably know what this is, and I just blocked it out of my mind because it's so terrible.
Sorry, it's a burn your brain again. Here we go. Like what?
No, it's
like, nobody is this stupid. I know it gets worse. I'm trying to avoid copyright. He's like, oh, mommy, Cuddy. He's like, come on,
Cuddy's.
Mommy, give me Cuddy on the steak and then feed it to me, mommy.
Like, oh fuck! Look, it's worse because like before this happened, they literally show Fred like getting his steak cut by his butler, and he just eats and makes a mess all over himself and just acts all childish. Like they really, I don't know what the hell is wrong with Mindy, but I guess she hates rich dudes.
Nah, Mindy got her heart broken by
Mindy
some
just
bro.
hates
She got
dudes.
broken by
That's
some.
what it is. She hates
Bro,
dudes.
I swear that must be it because it's bad.
What'd you say, Hypno? That's what it is. What?
I said she just hates dudes. It's not that she hates rich dudes. She just hates dudes.
Yeah, all men.
Well, if you hate dudes, like, then go after women and stop fucking complaining, or go after some other type of dude.
Yes,
who cares? Like,
to
for
serve
fuck's
y'all.
sake, dude, for real. What? Look, I'm sorry, I'm cussing so much, but this show pissed me off. Okay, like it's fucking terrible. Okay,
no, it is terrible.
Like it's brain meltingly terrible. Okay, everyone that watched it, okay, they know how bad it is. Not even the weirdos, the woke weirdos. The majority of them can enjoy this. Even they can't even like advocate towards this because it's dead.
Well, that's one thing I've been noticing. A lot of the people who you would normally think would chill for this are actually not at all chilling for this. They just don't like anybody in the show. And if you can't even have your super like obnoxious characters relate to those kind of people, then you really fucked up. Like,
dude,
really fucked up.
It's like their writers had no idea what to write for their script, so they went to Chat GPT and asked the AI to type up a script for them.
No, the AI would have did better.
No, like the AI would have said, "This is copyright. I cannot write a script for you." Like literally, they would have said that. Like it's terrible.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm trying to find that clip of the two girls kissing, but I can only find a picture.
I kind of let the scene of Velma kissing Daphne slide because like I don't care. Okay, like all the those kinds of scenes, two girls kissing, I don't care. Okay, if it's two dudes kissing, yeah, I hit skip. But like I don't care about two women kissing. Okay, I really don't. Okay,
yeah,
most straight dudes don't.
I'm trying to. Oh my god, what is this? Oh wow. The stuff that I'm finding just by typing Velma on Twitter is hilarious. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, of course. This is a dumpster fire of the year.
But I mean, like even that clip we just watched, like, all right, I remember mindless humor.
All right, I got it. You ready?
You got
Yeah, I'll share it in 2 seconds. Let me show this.
Oh no.
So unfair.
Look at what she said, right? Exactly. I spit truth without a filter. And then it says, like every comedian before, #MeToo.
Oh, yeah. I remember that joke.
You had to bring in Me Too into this fucking show also. I can't with these people.
Yeah, I guess she hates Dave Chappelle, like all these people. I swear, she probably hates Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, all of those comedians. She just hates them. She was making this joke because of that. Because literally, I think before the show came out, they were making fun of the whole Me Too thing. How, like, at first it was for a good cause and they were putting terrible people behind bars, but then like it started to get abused.
All right,
and they were shitting on it. And then I guess
Mindy, I'm ready for you.
All right, hold on a second. No, go ahead. Keep talking.
Let me call out this super chat real quick before we do this, guys. Kilo 10. I don't know what is AED, but it's a lot, and I appreciate you. Wow.
Thank you so much.
400 AED. You're amazing. He's a good supporter of the channel. He's been here for a while. He says, curse away, screw demonetization. Keep saying what you guys are saying. All right. Well, we got permission from Kilo.
We got permission.
All right.
Well, in the live streams, I don't give a shit in Kilo, because in live streams I know Hypno's okay. But
he said rom-coms? No,
he said rom-coms can kiss my ass. He literally said that afterwards. Like just neutered. And what's worse? They had to use. They did. I was expecting at first I was like, yeah, film. I don't think that's possible, but dude, no, I was just thinking at first I was imagining, maybe they might put a white Shaggy or Asian Shaggy or something like that, to drive the point home, but no, they did it with the minority that they supposedly are like championing over, okay, and they made him into the worst case scenario for that community, which is the man is just a punk ass simp bitch. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they really cucked Norville or Shaggy
hard.
or whoever.
Like they did it hard, okay, and it was terrible. Like I just wanted to and I was glad the episode ended right there. Like it ends right there after he says that.
Really?
Yeah. Like these episodes are like 20. Like the actual footage itself is like 24 minutes, like an anime level of duration, but they feel so damn long when you watch them.
They feel super long.
It feels like your eyes are
like for
How long is each episode? Like 30 minutes?
No, 24 minutes. Like when you count out the intro recap and the 2-minute outro, it's just 24 minutes. It's anime length, basically anime episode length.
Unbelievable. I don't really know what else to. Oh, I just found another one. Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably avoid that. But I don't really know what they're gonna do. What the purpose of the show? I know what the purpose of the show was. It was to piss people off. Like they know that nobody was gonna like this show, and they like I put up I think I retweeted something. Let me see. I retweeted like a meme of them using the racism defense. Yeah, this right here. Let me show it again. This is actually this is perfect. Hold on. Where the hell is my screen? Why it's not working? There we go. Yeah, so this is what they do all the time. So they know like the show is gonna suck. It's always gonna suck. It's always like a high, like there's like a 95% chance when you have someone like Mindy making a show, it's probably gonna suck, most likely.
No, and you know what's worse, Hypno? Even my mom, who doesn't watch most of these shows, okay? Like when I talked to her about this, and my dad, they asked me like, but why do they do the same thing? And I'm like, Mom, I'm telling you, I've been telling you this for the longest time. It's the agenda. They have this pervasive agenda on their heads that they think everyone must accept or is eventually going to accept. And then when it hits them hard in the face that it's not going to work, that there is a ton of pushback, they go to this defense immediately because that's all they know. They don't know anything else. They do not act like normal human beings that when something hits you real hard in the face that, oh, you fucked up. Normal human beings, they go, okay, what can I do to fix this? But they don't do that.
I don't even think they want to remodel the children's brain or anything. The only thing they want to create is divisiveness. They want to divide us. They want to create, some sort of argument, a controversy, that we start talking against each other. So, so you have like a belief system. Is it the left belief system or the right belief system? So if you're not in the left belief system and if you don't like this product, you're not in the left belief system. So you must be a right belief system, sustainable. They want to split everything up. The only reason they're creating these products, maybe it's a tax write-off, maybe they're trying to reach out to someone, but like primarily, I think it's just to kind of, create the panic, divisiveness, create, talks against each other. So people get more and more fractionalized, more divided, and more isolated in their own little opinions and niches. That's why we're so important to break up, these chains.
It's to force you to pick a side.
Dang
they need you to pick a side, whether it's left or right.
Prime is riling to just jump in. Go ahead, man. We need to hear you. Give us.
Yeah, Prime. What do you think about this whole Velma nonsense?
Come on, man.
Let it rip.
That's not it. It's about the personal agenda. All right. So for the people that don't know, if you are embedded in the matrix is chaos. It is not balance. It is basically anything that does not coexist with common sense. It's all delusion. It's basically anything that does not matter. And yes, that's what that's what they promote. The left is chaotic. It is not anything pertaining to anything. The right, well, put it like this. The left is more unconditional values. The right is more conservative and more traditional values. That is what it is. In this society now, the left is more of the chaotic. They want to take away common sense in traditional values. That's what they want to do. Now, for the people that are in the matrix, they're not going to see that because they're plugged into it. Because whatever comfortability that they like, they don't want to hear the realities and the truth. And the realities and the truth is common sense. Think about it. Look what's going on with this. I don't even need to watch the show. I knew it when I first heard about it. All right. Tokenism. You got tokenization. All right. You got, well, if y'all want me to be honest and real, because y'all know I'm going to trigger people anyway.
Bro, just do it.
Okay. So, of course, you got things that are not biblical. You're not supposed to be lesbians. You're not supposed to be gay. Men ain't supposed to be with men. Women ain't supposed to be with women. You ain't supposed to be trans. You ain't supposed to be that. That's an abomination. That goes against the thing of the Most High of the God. Period. Now, if you don't believe in God, that's your thing. But don't force it on people that are predominantly, if you want to go with the world, are traditionally conservative. They want to push that narrative on people, and you can see what is going on with it.
No, he's hitting it on the nail.
Is it financial gain? No. The more you go left and the more you go woke, the more that it does. All right.
Yeah, but at this point, it's not about money, Prime.
There was a picture that I seen. I know it's not about the money, but it's about the agenda. It's about putting a message to indoctrinate the youth, to make them fuck. It's just the way that it is. So you're going to try to tell me anybody that's in here. So everything that's going on in this world right now is your prerogative to do it. All right. My children grown, so I ain't got to worry about it. If you got your children, do you want your children to be learning this shit? Do you want them to be looking at this? If you do, more power to you. That's on you. But I guarantee you, 90% of people that's probably in here that's in this chat, they're going to say no. Period.
I agree.
They're not going to indoctrinate their children to nonsense. They're not going to do that. All right? I would be damned if I allow my children to do that. I don't have any young children no more. My children are grown. So all I'm saying is that people need to understand, and we're in a society now where people are so scared to talk truth. Truth is real. If you are afraid of truth, get the hell on. Go be in your delusion, plug yourself back up in the matrix so you can have your petty party. You can have feel-good Kool-Aid. That's what you want. Go right ahead. That is a word of once you unplug yourself from the matrix, real realities,
his internet can't even keep up with him.
So, I mean,
no,
that's
we can.
Like, deal. You gotta have people that speak. Go ahead.
Prime, you lagging, Prime.
You're lagging,
so,
bro.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm lagging. Oh shit!
Damn you, Steve. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick. Fix the internet because it's lagging hard.
Run me off. I'll come right back in. Just give me.
Oh, okay.
Or reset the thing.
No,
the thing is,
that was a lightning delivery. Is like, okay, I go. Bye.
Yeah.
I got something to think about for the next
I brought you message. I brought you message. Now I go. Goodbye, my friends.
All right, so we're done. We're done with the whole Velma thing. We're done with Velma. Yeah. I'll do future videos on it. I'm sure you guys are going to do future videos. But I want to talk about. I want kind of going based off what Prime was talking about. More like raging about. We're going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. So we're going to talk about all the drama.
Oh yeah.
With Hogwarts Legacy, and I don't know if Red has anything to say about this because I know he's a fellow geek. I don't know if he's a Hogwarts
Legacy. I've heard little about it. I just haven't been able to really get into it.
There's so much drama surrounding.
Do you want me to give
Legacy.
Red the quick recap?
Give
me a quick recap. Hold on a second. I'm listening though.
Okay, so Red, to give you a quick recap, basically with Hogwarts Legacy, there has been like a bunch of crazy people on Twitter, as usual, kind of hating on the game because for some reason, since J.K. Rowling is in full support of this game because she thinks it's going to bring a lot of people into Harry Potter universe and create new opportunities. For some reason, the crazies on Twitter, and specifically, again, I do not know why these people are so conflicted, the trans community really,
but it's not even Twitter. It's not even just Twitter. But go ahead, keep going.
No, it's like it's these crazy people. I just said Twitter. It's Reddit. It's Reddit. It's Reddit in this case. Yeah, you're right. The crazy people, the crazy Redditors. Yeah, and they somehow don't like the fact that J.K. Rowling is sponsoring this because of her comments on trans people in the past and how she portrays, I guess, gay people in her properties and other things. Basically, it's like it's a lot of things that make absolutely no sense that people get angry over because they have nothing better to do. And so when they started when they started talking about, shitting on Hogwarts Legacy and all that before the game even came out because of that, it actually did free advertising for developers. And Hogwarts Legacy is now, as the news says here, one of the top 10
it actually is
the
top seller that's not a free-to-play game from Steam.
Exactly. And this is pre-orders, by the way. The game hasn't even come out. The game comes out, I think, in February 15th. This is in pre-orders. Okay?
A lot of people who are sane want to support something that is that the insane don't like. And the only reason they don't, it has nothing to do with the game. That's what makes this drama even funny. They haven't said a single thing about the game itself. Their argument, their anger has to do with the trans community not liking J.K. Rowling. That's what it has to do with it. And all because J.K. Rowling said that women are a real thing. That's the only reason.
So basically, because some people want to have fun, the minority doesn't want. If they can't have it, then no one can. Basically,
but they can't have fun because a person they don't like is supporting something that they have nothing else to do with except just supporting it. And because they hate that person, they're like, "Well, none of you normies can have any fun with Harry Potter. It doesn't matter if you haven't had a good Harry Potter game in years. Fuck you." And then like every normal person was like, "No, seriously, that's how they talk. That's like literally that is the way they talk, Prime." And then the normal people are like, "Well, guess what? Fuck you, you punk ass bitch. I'm gonna buy it because now I'm more interested." And they did.
You know what the funny thing is? Like, I don't understand why people who are in a such a small community. Okay, there's nothing wrong with saying that they're a small community because they are. I don't understand people who are in such a small community trying to do battles that require numbers, right? So like when you're calling for the boycott of something, I would hope that you have the numbers in your favor, not that you are like 1% of the population versus the other 99%. Mind you, there's a lot of gay people that want to play this game. All right, it's all over Twitter. There's a ton of gay people. Like you don't even have your own side on you fully. So
yeah.
Now you're a small community within a small community, and it makes it even worse that you stand no chance. And to try to, and this is my problem with the whole like trans community, because they focus fire, they have tunnel vision, right? So if they see something they don't like, they want to cancel it, and it doesn't matter what or who is affected by that. So you want to go and try to cancel a video game that J.K. Rowling is going to get paid for no matter what, that she had no hand in making other than maybe overseeing the story a little bit. She had zero hand in making it.
She gets royalties.
You want to ruin the livelihood of the people who worked their ass off to go make that game, all because you're mad about someone who didn't even touch the game to begin with.
And it looks like a good game too. Like I seriously, like all the gameplay I've seen so far, it just reminds me of, and I don't know if you've played these games, Red or Hypnotic, but like it reminds me of the early 2000s games that they did for the Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and Prisoner of Azkaban. Those early games, I played them. I played the PC versions, okay, so I didn't play the console versions. But it reminded me of that, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like great!" And then you have these crazy people that we all know that come from the trans community, and I kind of want to touch on that. So what's crazy is even the trans community itself, as Blair White explained it. She's kind of like the conservative side of those people. She said that even that community is divided, like severely divided, because you have way too many people that have like completely different viewpoints, but nobody wants to come to like an agreement or compromise or figure out what the hell they're doing. And in my opinion, it's like half of them, it feels like they're a little bit, shit, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but fuck it. They're a little bit delusional. Okay. In the sense, not like in some
reality. Good night, everybody. No,
yeah, good night. I'm fucked. Sorry, guys. Go ahead, Brian.
I mean, that's not going to get you in trouble because delusion is delusion.
I'm a dragon, bro. I can't get in trouble. I burn them down, bro. I'm a dragon. I just burn their fucking houses down. And what can they do?
I'm glad you brought up Blair White though, because Blair is the prime example of how
she's a conservative one too.
Yeah, like you'll say, oh yeah, all trans lives matter, whatever fucking term you want to use, but it only matters up until the point. And after you get past that point, and that point usually is, you disagreed with me on something. No, now you don't matter. Now we want to cancel you along with everything else because we're upset. You know, it's like, what are you trying to really do here? The game is going to be successful no matter how hard you try to stop it. And the funny thing is, the harder you try to stop it, the more successful it's going to be, as we've seen with all the pre-orders. Game ain't even out yet. It's already one of the top sellers. It fucking beat God of War. Like, that's the crazy thing. The game beat God of War. It's nuts.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
And you're just making it much worse. And that's why, you know, there's going to be a lot of people who, I've gotten tons of comments from people who are like, listen, I'm not really that big of a Harry Potter fan. I may like open worlds, but the Harry Potter IP is not for me. But I bought it anyway just because fuck these people. That's essentially.
But now they're in for a treat. Think about that. Now they're in for a treat.
Yeah,
because they get to play a good game. Yeah, they might end up liking it and actually read the books. And look, I did see a comment in the chat where somebody's like, I can't feel bad for J.K. Rowling because she fed the beast. And yeah, you're right. She fed that freaking beast of those crazy people.
Oh, I agree with that. 100%. I've said that in my video.
But how did she feed them? How did she feed?
Basically,
she's a hardcore progressive.
She is a hardcore one.
She is.
But then she got her ass bitten when she talked about trans people.
Aside
and
from
gay
the
people.
one thing she doesn't agree with them on, which is women's
rights,
biology.
right? Yeah,
not just rights, women's biology.
Right.
Like she is hardcore on the side of women are women, like real women, not this like, oh, I think I'm a woman, so I'm going to put the woman's face on and now I'm a woman.
Yeah,
she's not for that. So that's the only thing she's ever disagreed with them on. Otherwise, she has completely pandered to them
and one other
on
thing
on every aspect. Hold on, let me finish with and one of the biggest examples of this was when she wrote her books, and I know these books through and through. All right, she wrote these books. And a couple years after she wrote these books, she wanted to pander to that community. So all of a sudden, she made Dumbledore gay after the fact. She made him gay after the fact. There was no fucking signs of him being gay up until she decided she wanted to pander to that community. And she said, oh, okay, Dumbledore's gay, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that. Tee like, go fuck yourself. Like you, and now you're basically trying to quell the storm that's coming for you. But you know what? You should just write it out because like she says all the time on Twitter, she gets paid handsomely from her royalties. She's going to get even more money from this, guaranteed. So she's laughing her way to the bank, like they always do, right? It's ridiculous.
Hey, I mean, can everybody hear me good? Am I lagging?
No, you're good.
Not anymore. No, you sound okay.
All right. Just want to make sure.
I mean, like at the end of the day, like the game is gonna do fine and whatever, but it shows you that it is bigger than the game, though. They know that the game isn't going anywhere. The people who are making this noise, they know that the game is still going to be there and people are going to buy it, right? But that's it. But the whole thing is bigger than just the game. But they still use the game to get some sort of attention. You know what I mean? They know they can't really cancel the game. But it's funny how it shows you where we're at in society, that this really is a very small minority of people who are like making all this noise or whatever, because this game is already selling out and everything. So it means most people have a mind that makes sense, right? Okay. Right. And when I say small minority, like even in their community, I mean, I met trans people like when I would go to work and they would be there. They didn't do all this, they really didn't. They just was at work, minding their business, whatever, right? Yeah. Most of them that I've met, like they didn't even talk about themselves in that way. They didn't want all that attention, like how they used to be, how most of them probably are, but it's that small minority. But it's the problem is like the small, loud minority that they do get a lot of attention. And then you get the protection from like the federal, like the Biden administration made it like a federal offense to, conversion therapy. And when you're thinking conversion therapy, you're like, oh, well, maybe, like what we're going to take them somewhere and then like give them medicine or something. Like, no, conversion therapy is me saying to a child as a nurse, like, oh, you're cutting yourself and you're not sure about your gender. Well, do you think that maybe that might be why you're cutting yourself? Like, oh, okay, see, you're engaging in conversion therapy. We might have to take your license from you. So this small group, at the end of the day, they don't need the whole world. Like most of society knows that's insane. But when you want to take over, you just use the loudest voices you can find. Like who is they who wants to take over? I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still trying to pinpoint. Right. But the loudest voice, they use these things. They're using these people for like just to take over, just to add their Marxist, communist, agenda to the free world. That's the best I could put it.
No, I agree 100%. And the funny thing too,
Casey making key points.
Yeah,
she is
100%. And the crazy thing is that, like I said before, or like Casey said, this is a very small community, and then the community within that community is that extremely vocal minority that every company is scared of, every YouTuber doesn't want to talk about, everybody's like fucking walking on eggshells. Why? For what reason exactly? Because as this game proves, there is way more logical, sane people out there than people that are not. And also too, that particular I don't want to put this, that particular group, right? They only have the power because the power is given to them by the corporations that pander to them, or by the people who bend the knee to them.
Thank you.
If you don't bend the knee to them, or if you don't pander to them, that power goes away very, very quickly. Very quickly. It's like it's what's that? Fleeting. That's the word. It's very fleeting. So go ahead.
I will say this. For the people that really pay attention to things that are really going on in the world right now. So if you take the delusion and you take it again, you see that the shift is actually coming around, where you need to understand there are more people that got more common sense than the people that are in and there's more people that have common sense than delusion. The delusion is just trying to force itself on the common sense people, and they want to bring that delusion to the youth. Think about it. Look at this age that we are in now. You are in an age now where you can get that information straight to you. We are in the age of the internet now, where the information.
Damn, that was a good slap. Holy shit.
Yeah. Where
Hypno, fucking clip that crap.
We was at an age where at the time you could not get this information. So now you have, let's talk about the things that I'm into. Like I say, I'm into the common sense. I'm not into the world. I don't do that. I'm into common sense. I'm into the things that are more of a traditional way. But when you look at it, you have the manosphere now. You have women now that are debunking feminism because they see the direction of where it's had put them. Mm-hmm. Okay. You also have a lot of, how should I say, people that are not seeing things that are basically fair when it comes down to a lot of things. The court systems, everybody's starting to see how crazy that is. The favoritism, the information and everything is basically out there. And more people, they're starting to see that. The information is out there. But at the same time, if people don't notice this, when people speak the truth, what happens? They want to get rid of them. They want to cancel them. They want to get rid of this. They want to get rid of that. Why? Because
they got weak egos, man.
The delusion to stay intact. Does it make any sense for people? Think about it. Now you look at it like this. Twitter has been bought by Elon Musk, and he has made it more of a conservative, more of a platform now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Sorry, Prime. That's too funny. I'm sorry.
Keep going, Prime. Keep going, Prime.
No, keep going. I'm gonna shut up.
No. I'm just saying, where to the point where you would say things and people would just get taken off the platform. It's the same thing that's going on with YouTube right now. That's why you have another platform that a lot of people are transitioning over, because freedom of speech is trying to be, how should I say, muted, terminated. You can't say certain things. They don't want you to say certain words because they say it trigger people. No, it ain't triggering people. You just don't want to hear the truth. So people have to understand that the stuff is shifting, and they're trying to get more aggressive and doing things to try to stop it. And it's not going to stop. It's just going to get even bigger, because now people are starting to speak up a little bit more than what they used to, because in their belief, they say, well, if I speak up, then this person going to do this and this person going to do that. No, it's not going to happen. And the last thing I like to say, if I could, if you really, really think about it, and this is just my full belief, if you took a lot of people that's on the left and put them in their own segregated community, and you took a lot of people that's more conservative, I guarantee you the conservatives will be well off than the left. I guarantee it. Because what is the left? It's destruction. It's delusion. It's disorganization. It's unbalance. It's disbelief. Okay? The first thing is that they don't believe anything pertaining to the Bible. Nothing. So you have to look at it like that. If you don't have the true elements of what life is supposed to be, the world is trying to be divided. So if you live in the world, which is basically the matrix, and then you unplug yourself from it, then it is what it is. There's more stuff I want to talk about. I know Hypno want to get to this, but go ahead, what you was about to say. But that's what I want to basically, what I like to say. If we could do that, believe me, and you see the separation in a lot of places. Some places are a little bit more productive than other places. And people are blind to it. They don't want to see it because they are comfortable in that bubble. And when people are in a comfortable area, they know the truth. They just don't want to accept it. They just don't want to accept it because they love that comfortability that they are in.
They don't want to give up their comfort.
Right, exactly.
No, they don't.
They don't want to give it
up. They know exactly.
Don't want to give it up. And for the people that are like that and they don't want to get into the truth, and that's not what they want to do, more power to you and good luck to you. That's why it's called a choice. You are more entitled to do that. It is. That's why it's called choice. You can do what you want, but look at it from, are you going to benefit from what you are doing? So it is what it is.
I hear you. 100%. If you guys saw this picture, and also Prime, just to kind of double up off what you said, I actually made a tweet about something similar to what you were saying. I'll try to pull it up later. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. I was talking about basically like how people are overly comfortable in this world, and that this is like everything going on in this world right now is because people are just too comfortable for so long, and that when people are comfortable, they start looking for things to be mad about. Basically, like they start looking for issues that aren't there, or they start causing issues that didn't need to be caused just because people need some sort of like something in their life. You can't be too comfortable. But I pulled up this tweet from the Act Man because I thought it was pretty funny. Because he basically says, if you buy Hogwarts Legacy or like Harry Potter, you're automatically a transphobe. That's what people have been saying. And then he said, no, that's what people have been saying. And then he says, that's like saying if you ever played a Blizzard game, that you're automatically a fan of sexual harassment, which I thought was pretty good because Blizzard is, if you're unaware, Blizzard has been like in a crazy amount of like heat for sexual harassment, which ironically people seem to have forgotten about and have let kind of like slide. It's pretty funny.
Well, I mean, everyone kind of forgot about Gamergate. That's something that everybody doesn't want to remember. I don't want to remember that because if you remember the skeptic community back in like 2015, 2016, that was the great divide. But you also saw a lot of people like Steve Shives, you saw Destiny, FD Signifier. You saw all those guys turn straight. They were like moderates, straight far left. And then you saw a lot of people that were, I guess, 2016. It's like you saw a lot of people move into like the moderate libertarian / right, almost right. But then, you also got to remember that, people like Candace Owens, who is, I would say she is on the right. She used to be rocking with Zoe Quinn and all them. I can't believe people forget about that. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, have we forgotten? Because I didn't.
But you know what's interesting about that, Red? It actually brings out an excellent point that I wanted to bring up. And that is, as time goes by, people, surprise, surprise, change. Perspectives change due to new information coming in. And sometimes when new information comes in, some perspectives change for the better, and others, because they see some information that is a huge threat to their way of life, because they've never been taught to understand change and adapt, they see that as a huge threat, and then they go on the attack, usually on a very defensive attack. And
the thing is, and I'm not saying that I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
No, man, go ahead.
Me personally, it's more or less of I never forget. Like okay, you can change who you are. You can change your mindset. You can definitely do that. But the actions in which you've done, I don't think I will never forget that, because
no,
it's
you're
just
right
like,
as well.
like,
You're right about
like
that.
for example, like if you remember Gamergate, because I do remember that.
Yeah.
Candace Owens, she was with Anita Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn, way before she was on the right. Before then, she made Social Autopsy, which was a doxing website, which Blair White even pointed out during the 2016
You're right, she did.
debacle. During that whole debacle, she did bring that up. And Candace Owens, she was like, well, how can you be conservative and all this other stuff, and you did this? And Candace Owens couldn't even answer that. And I'm just like, well, there just certain things I never forget, right? Gamergate, that's one of them. Blizzard, that's one of them. Like I don't forget these things. Like I have a long, like I hate to be like that old dog that has like a long memory, because it's just like, I hear what you guys are saying. Not saying I don't. I disagree with some things. I'm just like, well, I'm libertarian by definition, but you know, like the left and the right play this game all the damn time. It's like, well, you know, the left knows that they can play these games because the right is just going to be like, well, we can't say no. You know, like, well, I don't want to be the one. There are only going to be a few people that say no. There's not going to be a lot of them that say no. Like, and to the point of Prime, I guess it would be like more or less of a, you know, like, are we talking about politically conservative or socially conservative? Because politically conservative, that's too far in between. But then, you know, socially, we're going full circle, like full circle left. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not getting any better, because I'm not trying to be like the whole doom and gloom guy, but it's like when you look at everything that's happening with freaking Velma and then this stuff, right? It's just a point of figure that everything that you see right now is going to get worse, and it's all going to be tax write-offs. It's all going to be money in which is going to be put on the table, given back to the people that are in these big corporations. And it's just, you know, like I already know I already know what's happening. I'm not saying that I don't disagree, but it's, you know, like, well, I don't agree with it. It's just, I just see things from like all right, here's where we are, you know?
And so you think that it's not going to get any better? Like we're just going to keep going down this hole?
It has to reach a breaking, like everything in life has to reach a breaking point. Like,
okay,
if you see everything in like, I don't want you to see the things that, I don't want you to see the world how I see it. But every time in human history, when something really just goes too far, that's when people are just like, okay, we can't take this anymore. You know what I'm saying?
So you're right. And so just real quick, like, but it's starting to boil over a little bit, like, but it's annoying because stuff takes time. But you said socially and politically. In 2023, everything is now meshed together. And that is because the left, they've really played the long game. They've been plucking little, you know, seeds for years. I say it all the time. It's like, now I could go back and look and be like, dang, yo, they've been patient. And now, you know, all of this, what they think they're doing is blossoming. But one thing I know, like, so people are waking up slowly. They're waking up. So socially, politically, and it's like we get into this conversation. This is supposed to be a channel about like movies and comics and artwork and everything, but it's so blended. Everything is so blended. Now we end up getting in a conversation like this. So
it's
one thing I know,
too, but we don't have any choice.
But one thing I do know is that when you have some parents, you're always going to have parents who are either abusive or not paying attention, and parents who are bringing their kids to some of this stuff I'm seeing. That's an abusive parent. But anyway, most parents, when it comes to their kids, they will die for their children, right? And I think that will be the fracture when you see, like, because they're pushing this stuff on these kids. Like, all right, we know if you're an adult, listen, you can live, if you want to live your life like a puppy, like a dragon, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like,
that's their prerogative.
I mean, I remember working for my pizza
do lizardkin still exist, or is that or hasn't been invented yet?
Well, I remember. Well, hold on before you get to your point. I do remember working for my pizza place, and there was a father and a son. Yes, who let his son literally walk around in a bunny suit, like not even joking. Yes.
Well, how old was the son? Quick question.
Like, well, that's like the mom who went to a school and raged at the faculty.
He was literally like he literally supported his son being a furry, like an actual furry, like not even joking.
She raged at the faculty because they didn't have a litter box for her child who identifies as a cat.
Oh my.
And so this is where I'm not. So and hold on, I'm let me just finish making my point. But there are some parents out here, because there's legislation coming out saying, like, if your 3-year-old comes and tells you, "Mommy, I feel," or your boy comes and tell you, "I feel like a girl," you're supposed to start working on the therapy to transition that 3-year-old to a girl. And I remember being 3, saying that I was a boy, I was a zebra, I was a rabbit, everything, right? So, but if you don't start the process, they could say that you're neglecting the kid and get CPS, what is it, Child Protective Services involved. Yeah, right. Yeah, so this is where the quote, you know, and I don't know how demonetized we are, but, you know, this is where the civil war would start. Yes.
Even Dante couldn't record how far into the freaking 7th circle of hell we've gone into the monetization of YouTube. So don't worry, Casey, just go for it.
But I mean, like now y'all like messing with like my kids in my living room, like it's bad enough. All right, you been trying to indoctrinate them in the school. And so I take my child out of school and say, I'm going to homeschool, and you want to come here and tell me what to do with my kids. So that's going to be a very bad fracture. And secondly, this is where I'm not all the way libertarian, where I'm like, all right, yeah, you can live your life. But there are some things, and I know I'm almost saying the same thing that I just said in reverse, right? But parents, there are some very abusive parents out here. And Munchausen by proxy is a real thing that they used to do back in the day, like, with I'm gonna feed my kid pine sol, so everybody thinks that my kid is sick, and then I get to go to Disney World for free, and right? It has morphed now to this gender ideology where you have mostly mothers, women, who want attention, you know what I'm saying, who don't love themselves or miserable in their life, and they want some sort of positive attention, and they take their kid, especially the boys, and they dress them up as women and as girls, and then you hear these kids. There's a video of a kid who's crying, telling his mom, like, I don't want to wear a dress. I don't want to wear a dress.
Not this fuckwad again. What did this?
Oh, we gonna talk about this.
No, please tell me about this little fuckwad.
Go ahead, Casey. What you saying? Finish what you were saying.
Go ahead.
Just real quick. I'm almost done. But that's child abuse. And that's where I'm not so like, oh, but you could do whatever you want. Nah, that's a kid. You're hurting your child. You are an abuser, and something has to be done about that too. Because I know that if I knew a parent was like hurting their child a different way, like beating them or like, we would have to do something about that. This Munchausen by proxy that's happening to these children when they give them these drugs and do all this stuff and then indoctrinate them on the television and everything. This is terrible. It is terrible.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I mean, Casey makes a big point because
it's a good point.
It's a good point because that's the sad part about all of it is that it's like I'm not taking. How can I say this? You know what? Fuck it. It's sad to say this, but
oh shit,
certain people should
all going through the same cycle today. I love that.
Shit. That's little. Exactly. Like when he says "fuck it," it's gonna get interesting.
All I can say is that certain people shouldn't procreate. Period. And it's sad.
That wasn't that bad.
Oh, that was not bad. That was
I know,
pretty tame. Prime, what the hell? Come on, man. We're expecting like something that would get like YouTube to just hit the freaking like delete button on the live or something.
Nah,
like, come on, man. Like piss off Hypno.
All right, go ahead. Finish so we can talk about Ezra. Go ahead.
No, we're gonna talk about Ezra, but what I'm saying is that if you think about it, certain people should not procreate. They just should not. Because for the simple fact is that you have certain people that have children for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
And you have they have children for the wrong reasons. Right. And then you have individuals that have children to think about it. They have children for the wrong reasons. Sometimes they use children to monetize themselves, all right, because they use advantages of what the actual system is going to provide them, but they don't take care of the kids. There's a reason. You also have people that do things for children for empowerment reasons, or to, how should I say, use them as leverage. Again, certain people should not procreate, but we don't know who those people would be. That's why I say that certain people should not. That's just like saying, for instance, if everybody walked around and had exactly their motive plastered on their forehead, don't you think this world would be a better place? Think about it. If your reasons is plastered on your head and you're walking, you would know exactly who to avoid and who to mess with.
I think there'll be a lot of chaos if that was the case.
Yeah, there would.
You know what I mean? No, because then you could separate the chaos. You can get rid of the idiocy, put them in one spot, take the people that are sane and put them in one spot.
But the problem with that, Prime,
they already do that. It's called major cities and rural areas.
Yeah,
I mean, you do that.
That's about right.
But like I said, that's that's just like it's just saying. It's just like I ain't gonna say all the other stuff. That's stuff that I don't want to get into. That's different. Because if I start talking about that, then
But Prime, one thing I want to add to that real quick before we get into Ezra. Even if like all the sane people get separated and they have kids, eventually down the line, one of the descendants is going to become stupid, and then it's going to give birth to more stupid people. The cycle just repeats, man. It's just part of the human condition. You got to accept that, okay? There will be idiots. There will be wise people. just accept it, bro. We can't do that, okay? But let's
but
talk about
again,
Ezra, man. We need to talk about Ezra.
Certain people should not procreate, man. It's just
You're right, though.
One of those people should be Ezra Miller. Just put that
Ezra
out
doesn't
there.
want that.
So with
this
Ezra,
one, now this right here with the Ezra stuff, people, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. Go ahead if you want to read it. Read the article.
Didn't I make a video? And I think you made a video too, saying that there's no way this man is facing any consequences. Like there's no way. I know I made a video on it.
This is what I said about Ezra. I said that they're not going to give him no consequences on whatsoever. All right. Because if he has not, he got allegations, but they have not given him no type of punishment just yet. The only thing until just now, he was in rehab. He was doing what he was supposed to do. Why? Because Warner Brothers Discovery had to put a leash on his ass because they have a big blockbuster movie coming out in the summertime.
I love how Hollywood Reporter is making sure they respect this person's pronouns.
Yep.
That's
That's good.
right. See, this is the
that's
thing.
right.
Go ahead and read the article. It's not that long. Read the article and y'all going to see the fuckery that's in it. Go ahead.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward though, because we knew he wasn't going to face any consequences. This is a guy who probably knows what every dick looks like in Hollywood. Like he's been with multiple directors. I guarantee you, whether by choice or whether by force, he's been with them. And there's no way, like when you're this deep, like in the how do I want to put it? Like when you're this deep in the corruption, like you're not going to be that guy. Like he's not going to face any consequences. And the crazy thing is, he went on a fucking entire countrywide like shitstorm. Like this man went from Hawaii all the way to fucking, I don't even know where he ended up, but he was burglarizing places. He was fucking people up in bars or getting into fights and shit.
That was all in Hawaii, I think. What you're talking about?
Go ahead, but read the article so people can get the full context and know exactly what it is, because it's a very well done, very good done article. Very good done.
Yes, Hunty, it's okay, man.
He pleaded not guilty to charges which included petite larceny and burglary, the latter of which carries a maximum of 25 years. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
25 years, and he got 1 year probation.
Wow. Go ahead. Read it out.
He agreed to plead guilty to unlawful trespass, a misdemeanor. They will serve 1 year probation. These motherfuckers with this day shit. They will serve 1 year probation and pay a fine of $500 with an additional surcharge of $192. The other charges are dismissed without prejudice, but the burglary charge can only be refiled if Miller violates the terms of their probation.
Now hold that. Now hold that right there. You see what happened? Did you see what happened with him? Anybody that's on this panel, anybody in that chat, what would happen to us?
We would be done. We get the 25 years.
We'd be going to jail.
Oh yeah, we would be, especially me.
But that's like overall. Stupid. That's overall.
The fucking name. They'll be like, this dude has a profile.
Knock the dragon away as fast.
That has nothing to do with anything other than class. It's class privilege, man. There's no, like, it's not just Ezra who would get away with this. If it was anybody who was fucking rich, anybody who had any sort of status, they would get away with it too.
Or people not have a lot of
necessarily. And I
think they would.
I beg to differ. Only if you are toting the narrative for the machine, because I know a man right now who is detained, okay, with his brother, and they have no evidence to still have them.
Oh, you're talking about my boy Andrew Tate?
Yeah, like, and I don't know.
We're done.
Listen, I'm not. I ain't even say his name, right? I mean, I made videos.
Hold the fuck on! I got a clip now. He mentioned Andrew Tate from like weeks ago when he had a fight with Jay on the chat. Hold on, I gotta look that up.
But he did, but he did say a lot about avoiding taxes, which they're gonna get him on.
It doesn't matter. You can't lock me up and you don't have the evidence.
Talks about avoiding taxes every day. Warren Buffett talks about
it. Yeah, they have tax codes.
So
no.
See, this is the thing. See, I am in the manosphere. So anything that pertains to Andrew Tate or any of all this stuff like that, people need to really do their due diligence and stop listening to the left. If you don't know nothing about it and you're just listening to clips and don't know nothing about it, you should not speak on it. First of all, there's a lot of people out there that don't know. That Vice, I'm just going to give a quick synopsis. That Vice, that thing was out there was utter bullshit. It was all lies. That's the first thing. All the information and everything is already out there that they don't want the dang individuals that are delusional and stupid. They don't want them to see it. It's all out there. All right. Then you have What else? What's all the other stuff? If you have not followed Tate and have not known anything about it, you can't say nothing. If you look at the testimonies from anybody, they'll say, "Well, do you like Andrew Tate?"
Okay, let me show
like
this real quick,
Tate?
Prime.
They'll be like, "No," they'll be like, they'll be
Brian.
like, "Well, what do you don't like about him?" Then you'll hear crickets. You want to know why?
God.
Because they're just going by what other people saying. They have no reason not to like them because they think it's the narrative and it's fun to go with what everybody else is saying and don't know what the deal is. All right, you don't have to agree with everything he says, but, but he's not.
Wait.
He's not no criminal. He's not even that.
Play the video.
Wait. Hold on. Look, Prime, just watch this, okay? You know it's accurate on this. I try to be as accurate as possible, okay? For those of you who don't understand, me give a quick background. Jay and freaking Prime had like a damn debate when we found out that Andrew Tate got arrested like a couple weeks ago. I brought this up because he just mentioned him. So watch this, okay? Okay, I tried.
Is this the right one for an argument? I've told you once. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. When? Just now. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. Didn't. I didn't. I'm telling you I did. You did not.
This is very accurate. This is very accurate.
Anyway, I did.
Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, no, they didn't.
Now, let's get one thing quite clear.
This is so accurate, it hurts.
You did not. Didn't. Yes, I did. Didn't. Yes, I did. No, this isn't an argument.
Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Yes, it is. No, it isn't. It's just contradiction. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. It is not. It is. You just contradicted me. No, I didn't.
It was.
No nonsense.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, well, this is futile. No, it isn't. Okay,
Moving 20
an argument's not the
minutes.
same as contradiction.
It literally went on forever.
No, it can't.
At least that's how it felt anyway.
Collective series of statements to
I
establish
even kept timestamps.
Wait, did you switch people? Did you switch position?
Look, if I argue with you, I must
No,
take
like
a position.
no, because like they
But it isn't just saying no, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Argument's an intellectual process. Contradiction is just the automatic game saying of anything the other person says. No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
That's about right.
Yep.
Is it over?
Hell That's pretty good.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, that was
me. Really got out of hand fast.
Yeah, I know.
Goddamn right.
I'm sorry.
That was actually really good. That's how it went. The only point I
like
just
it took me hours to do this. Oh, look at that. Furry cat. Hello, cat.
Oh.
Welcome to stream.
I didn't want to get off the Ezra thing. The only point I'm making is, of course, they were gonna let Ezra, go. He, he totes the narrative completely, and they got to make money off of him. He's not fighting anything. He's not standing up for anything. But there's a person who, I'm not gonna call him like a hero or whatever, okay? But I don't appreciate. I wouldn't like to be locked up when you don't have any evidence, hardcore evidence to make a case. You literally have me locked up just to have me locked up because you trying to get rid of me. And that's how I would feel. So that's the only point that I was making.
The only thing I'll say about
he's gonna be, he's gonna be fine.
The whole Andrew Tate thing. Not that I want to stay on this too long, but when it comes to Andrew Tate, I will say that it is awfully sus how a lot of things just suddenly come out at a convenient times. Because honestly, I'll tell you like this. So today, I'm scrolling through TikTok because I'm uploading shit, and I see this video of two AIs having a conversation, and they are so realistic to the point where if they didn't tell me it was an AI, I would not have known, right? Yep. And when I'm looking at this stuff, I'm like, damn, if this is what amateurs have, right? If this is what like people who have no funding, people who just do it in their free time, people who they just have that like level of skill. Just imagine what someone can do when they have funding, when they have all the money in the world, when they have all the power in the world, and no limits. Like there's some shit out there. Don't believe everything you see right off the bat. Like I said, I'm not saying this guy is innocent or whatever. I'm just saying that it's real sus when all of a sudden they get that perfect, convenient level of evidence that they desperately needed to convince people that of their narrative, whatever they're trying to spin, right? They didn't have anything. They didn't have anything for a while. All of a sudden, just have that banger. Like when that banger just came out now, like right now, like perfectly right at this time. It just seems a little sus to me. That's it. That's all I got to say about that whole Andrew Tate thing.
Now, the part on this article that you actually missed, go back to the top. Not the top, but
I missed it because we went off on fucking Andrew
Tate.
Yeah,
right in this part.
I did that.
Not this part, not that part.
Comedic timing, Prime. I enjoyed it.
Go up some, go up some. Right there at the beginning part, and what the court had to address him as. Go ahead and read that.
Where is that at?
Go keep on reading it.
Oh, Miller, who acts at the court, addressed him as a mix. Oh, get the fuck out of here,
Mix Miller.
Now let me, so people can understand. This is why I said you got to read the article in full context so you can get everything. You don't want to skip everything because there's a lot of nuances in it that you have to really consider and look at. Ezra Miller considered himself as non-binary, meaning that in that estimation, I can't believe I know this, but the reason why I know it, because for you to have the proper information, you got to do this crap. He's not a man. He's not a woman. That's what they consider themselves as. They're neither or. That's why he says
the whole thing.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
At this point, you should be an android and just fuck it, you know?
Probably.
Like
Right.
at this
So
point, like just make a just up to be an android, like fucking altered
Endgame
carbon. Just
action.
take a copy of his consciousness and put it in a fucking android.
This is where it's really at right here. The plea deal comes as Warner Bros. Prepares its promotional campaign for its big budget The Flash movie.
That's like I
That's
said.
what it's about. They don't want this nonsense being out there when they got Flash rolling.
No. So this is the thing that people don't know. So this had to get nipped in the bud as fast as possible, and they had to put this stuff and put it in the back burner as soon as they could. So once they got a held of him, that's why he went to rehab. So whatever terms and conditions that they told him what he needed to do, he needed to abide by. Now, common sense wise would tell you, okay, he's probably not going to have his job after this film drops. They're going to let him go. Now, if you think back in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, that'll be the most common sense thing to do, right? Put this shit under the rug as much as you can, calm it down, because you have a year. This is the reason why it's going to be crazy. Now, for the people that don't know this, the Super Bowl is coming up. They've already announced that The Flash is going to be promoted at the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Okay? Now, the last time Warner Brothers as a company, I ain't talking about the new regime or the former regime, just as a company. The last time Warner Brothers did anything at the Super Bowl to promote a movie was back in 2006.
Wow.
Like Warner Brothers?
I need y'all to think about that.
Like, did I hear it right?
Yeah.
Huh?
And that's for a movie that's
Warner
not even
Brothers?
going to be part of their
Or a
actual
movie?
DCEU going forward, or is that?
But this the thing. They have to because of how much money that they spent for this film.
What's
All
the
right?
budget on this film?
The budget on this is over 200 million.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow!
Like,
I mean, it's a decent budget, but
Like over
So,
$200 already.
so you have to look at it from that standpoint, and for it to actually, for them to put this, and so people don't know nothing about it. So now he's done. Now he's done, and they got this out the way. The movie doesn't come out till June 16th with a potential. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the way the movies are slated and the way everything is about to change, it'll make more sense to have The Flash come out at the end of the year. It will make more sense because they already changed the date. They moved it up a week. So June 16th is the date that is coming out, unless they decide to change it again. They want to make sure that all this stuff, so from the time that he was put in rehab, outside of the people that know about this, the general casual audience don't know about this shit. They don't know jack crap about it. By the time this stuff come out, by the time that movie come out, ain't nobody gonna remember it unless the people that really know what the hell that happened, read the article, know about what Ezra Miller was doing. That's it. It's not gonna even create a big noise all like that. Because the time he's already pled guilty, that's done. You still got what we got 5.5 months before the movie come out? No, yeah, 5 months because it's the 13th. What's the day? The 14th or the 15th?
It's 14th.
The 14th? We got a month. We got 5 months until the movie come out. 5 months.
But all this work, once again, all this work for a movie that's not even part of their DCU going forward, is that still a thing? Like, it's not part of
It's still
their
a
new.
thing because you got to remember, even though it's slated, they still have to make money on these movies that have already been in production. Now they can gladly, what they could do, they could go ahead and take it and write them off, but they're not going to do that. The movies cost too much money. It's not like
yes, we are like Dragon
7
Brethren.
million
We were
or
talking
something
about
of that
Ezra Miller.
magnitude. Right.
Yeah.
They're going to put the rest of these movies out and they're going to make a profit. So you got to remember the general casual audience outweighs the actual the fans.
Mhm.
They just.
But I find it
do.
amazing that they are trying so hard to protect this man. Like they want to. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is money. I don't know. Maybe he's the most amazing Flash ever, and I just don't realize it. I have no idea.
No, he's certainly.
Well, the reason why is because he is part of that alphabet people bull crap.
Right.
Because believe me, yeah, he's part of the alphabet.
Well, technically,
people
he
bull
has
crap.
no alphabet because he is neither A or B.
Well, you know what I mean. He's it's called the letter people. He doesn't have anything or whatever. But with that being said, and he is part of that, you know. Now the problem is going to be is that this is right now. If they retain him, y'all gonna go back to this and be like, I was right. I'm telling you, if they retain him, that is why. Now, if they let him go after this movie is done, if they let him go, then that makes sense. Because you're cutting ties from anything from the former regime that was at Warner Brothers.
That would be logical.
They got to do what they got to do so this money can make money. But if they retain him, you know why.
Yeah.
So,
oh boy, yeah,
that's what I've been saying too. If they keep Ezra Miller, it's very obvious why they're keeping him. You know what I mean? It's not like this man's the most whatever he is the most amazing actor in the world. Like I haven't seen. I'm trying to think back, but I haven't seen this level of protection for an actor in a long time. Like I'm trying to think back, but maybe Amber Heard when the whole thing went down. Yeah. See, we just thought about the same thing. Yeah, I thought like maybe Amber Heard, but aside from those two, Amber Heard and Ezra Miller, like this crazy how much they're protected. You know,
right? And that's why I say with this year, I would say this: after this year is done, I think a lot of the stuff that was from the former regime and anything that went on, they're getting rid of all of it. People got to remember this 20 to 23 for just Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers alone. It's a lot of stuff that they got to get rid of. But for right now, they got to do what they got to do so it doesn't be no bad press. So they got to make sure everything is under the rug and sweep it or hide it as much as they can. Then once the actual movies get whatever they're going to profit, whatever it is they got to do, then they'll start chopping and getting it out the way. It's done. Because anything
did they confirm if Gal Gadot is going to be Wonder Woman or not?
I don't think so. I think everything that was in the former regime is going to be gone. Everything that's from the former regime is done. I think
that's a disappointment because she was at least I liked her interpretation.
It's not about Gal. I like Gal. She's fine.
Yeah, it's more on business side.
I'll shut up and I'll say this. Just think about just look at it like this. I'm gonna give y'all a perfect analogy. You are GM of a company or a sports team. The owner brings you in. What are you going to do as a GM? You're going to get rid of everything that the other person had and bring in your what? Your own people. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, you're right. It's just business.
Bring in the people that you work with. The only individuals that are safe are the stars or the players that are beneficial. They're going to bring in their players and they're going to bring in their staff. That's what's going on over there at Warner Brothers right now. Right now, they got to play it safe. That's why all this stuff is getting rebooted. It makes a lot of sense. You're wiping those fingerprints from anything that's old that ain't got nothing to do with you. You starting fresh. Contracts, people, personnel, everything.
I wish
is
these
new.
movies would be fresh. I wish these products.
You say what?
I wish those movies would be fresh. Or
look, it's okay. I'm sure there's a bunch of high people that probably are true.
Yeah, I got something. If you're high, I got something for you.
Yeah, look at the complex patterns.
Oh.
Yeah, your tripping is gonna get way more interesting now. I love it, by the way.
So nice,
this is
man.
great.
That is awesome.
That is so awesome,
yeah,
man.
that's tight, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
I love it.
That's
Beautiful.
cool.
But yes, I agree with what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole thing is it really exposes just how. I mean, we already know like Hollywood's corrupt. Like you're preaching to the choir at that point, right? But like the fact that they're so blatant with it now, and it's in your face, and you just see the obvious favoritism for certain people, especially like Prime said, if they're part of a certain community, it's very obvious. Like if they keep Ezra Miller, I'm saying this right now, if they keep Ezra Miller as Flash, that's a shitstorm. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
It's going to be a shitstorm like no other, especially after they got rid of Henry Cavill for whatever fucking reason, bullshit reason. It's gonna be a shitstorm.
I know the reason.
Well, the younger Superman thing. I know what you're going to mention, but like, I get why you want to start with a younger Superman. Most likely, Hypno, like when they get to maybe like an older Superman, they'll probably bring him back. It's not like they're gonna just let him sit there. I guess that's just it seems James Gunn wanted to start fresh. I get that from a business perspective, and normally you don't bring in new people like that unless you want them to solve what was in the past a disaster. Like you only bring these kinds of people if you want to clean up the mess and start brand new, because your old people can't clean up the mess. It's because it's too big. Like, look, Amber Heard most likely is going to end up like Ezra. They're going to get rid of them as soon as their perspective movies comes out. They're going to make their cash, whatever it is. Yep. And then that'll be it. They'll cut ties. Most likely that is what, in a business sense, that seems to be proper. They're going to release the movie so that all their, oh, nice, man. It seems that all they're going to do is make sure they're complying with the contracts. And then after everything is done, boom, you're done. Thank you so much for your contribution, but we will not require you any, this further point. That'll be it. And then the reboots will happen. You know, there'll be a hiatus probably throughout the year. We won't see a lot of, I guess, live action or big major live action DC projects. But eventually, near the end of the year or halfway through, we'll get a teaser of something that Gunn is working on. And
this is DC's last leg, man.
It is their last leg.
Cinematically, anyway. Because
Gunn is going to bring out something later this month. He's going to.
I hope
they don't knock it out the park
with
this, man.
I hope so.
They don't have another shot. They've had so many shots.
Like James Gunn is, you know, whatever controversy, whatever you want to talk about the man, it is their business-wise, it is their last hope at this point for their cinematic universe to succeed. If they don't do it, it's done. Well, no, like the last.
It's not the last. It's not the last.
No, not DC in general. I mean the cinematic universe.
I won't consider it the last.
Well, the last were
that's
a lot of people
that's
paying
attention.
It
won't be the last because,
like, we're talking
you
like
gotta remember,
people non-DC fans.
If you are a fan and you, no. What I'm saying is, if you are in this space and you're really paying attention to it, you're going to know. But the average person, the general casual audience, they're not paying attention to this stuff.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're not. So anything that actually comes out, they're just going to be able to go ahead and watch it and be entertained and go from there. All I'm saying is that at this particular time and moment, there's no disarray. There is a direction. Okay, because all I would say is this: the former regime, it was all messed up. All right. I'm not going to go all into it because I'll get going. But
it was
when I mean the former regime was bad, it was bad. When you get to the point where you sabotage your own movies just to get a bonus, that's bad.
Yep.
That's bad. So you got to look at it from that perspective. And they was doing it a lot. So that's why they're not there.
Yeah. Well,
so
we got to wait and see now, man.
That's what
we're at.
And I think they're just going to burn it all down to the ground.
The first,
new regime, old regime. I just think they're going to burn it all down.
In the end, they're just going to burn it down.
Well, no, I mean, when you look at it, if you look at it, David Zaslav and the way that he's constructing WB right now, he's doing it the way that I've been asking for them to do for decades. And he's doing it.
They're going to burn it down.
So the thing is that now you have to put out the products and put out everything that you need to put out there so everything can be successful. You know, and for DC and DC as a whole, which people don't understand. I am a DC hardcore fan. I'm aficionado.
No.
DC's library
Really?
Right.
What? No, we couldn't tell. He could give me the whole
No idea.
biography of
Have a
Superman in under
revelation,
20
hell no.
minutes.
I'm pretty
DC
sure you
is
like
top
Marvel.
Man, come on. I thought like you're an infiltrator.
No, dude, they're like at this point, you're the fucking Gandalf of DC universe. Okay, you're the lore keeper of DC. Like
Yeah,
one
no,
of the.
no,
the-
he's
the-
like Eru. He's Eru.
Like
That's
I
what he
said,
is.
the library in the lore is so deep. It's a
I
gold.
you're
mine. It's
right.
so deep. It's a gold mine. So all they got to do is tap into it and go from there. That's all they got to do, and they'll make
I
it.
That's
remember
true.
Prime
And
showing up
it's
the
just going to
first
be
time
very,
on
very
our
simple.
stream, guys. You remember Prime showing up the first time on our stream? He was dressed in DC, and then he's like, I don't know if you noticed, but just, I'm in DC. I was like, no.
I remember. I remember.
You got to know
went
your
in.
forehead, man. You walk down the street, it's like, oh, DC Prime.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh god.
All right, but anyway, listen, guys, we're gonna end the stream because I got some stuff I need to do. Unfortunately, it's been a fantastic stream. It really has. This was the best stream we've ever had, which is awesome because we're starting the year off very strong. I love it. It's a great thing to see. Let's do our outros real quick. Start the other way. We're gonna go with Casey first, and go
I
forward.
wasn't ready. All right, guys. This was a good stream. We did talk about a lot of wonderful things. And if you want to know more, go deeper, you guys can find me at That Girl Casey on YouTube. I believe my link is somewhere in the description, right? Hypno, is it?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, good. And y'all can find me there. We talk about everything because you see it's all blended. It's all blended, guys. So thank you for coming to the live. I really had fun tonight, y'all. I really did. This was amazing.
There you go. All right, Mr. Red Sings the Blues. Take it away.
All right. I do appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate Hypnotic for putting me on his platform again. You are definitely welcome to my nerd stream next week if you so choose to do so. I am Red Sings the Blues again. If you guys catch me on my YouTube channel, Red Sings the Blues, I do content every day. I do interviews as well. I just been so discombobulated with my whole work schedule, so I've been trying to fit in a break as well. So but I do content every day. So check out my channel. That's it.
There you go. Perfect. Prime. Take it away, sir.
Just follow me on whatever platform that y'all want me on, and then y'all go from there. If y'all want to get your feelings hurt, you want cold hard truths, and I talk about all type of stuff, that's where you need to be. The people that already know this how I am, so I ain't got to worry about it. Y'all want to talk about that? That's where you go. I talk about hard truths, manosphere, DC, life, faith, all that. That's my realm.
There you go.
There you go.
Dragon Slayer commentaries. Take it away, sir.
Hey, so first off, I want to thank again everyone that came on the stream. You guys have been really awesome. I love the wonderful interaction we've had today with the panel and chat. You guys really, again, you're awesome. If you want to check me out, my channel is in the link in the description below. It's Dragon Slayer commentaries, as you see here. I usually try to do very balanced / funny with a little bit of extra memes, reviews, usually very in-depth ones about any content in terms of media like TV, movies, and well, eventually I'll get into gaming, but for now it's just TVs and movies. And I will try to come up with those as concisely as I can. But if you enjoy that kind of content, then try to come check me out. Check out your Dragon Boy.
Dragon Boy, that sounds kinky. All right, Mr. Coach.
God damn it, Hypno. God damn it, Hypno. You fucking
take it away.
I just enjoy being here. It's just wonderful for me. It's really like it's a group therapy. It's also great to know that I'm not the only crazy guy on this planet, that there are so many people also in the chat confirming this, and the interaction we are having is always, to me, it's I'm always super appreciative of this, because it really means a lot to know that we are not alone in this world, standing for something, believing in something, fighting for something, and trying to make the best out of our content. If you want to step up your performance, if you want to do something a little bit more authentic and impactful out of your content, whatever you have to do with your communication, with your acting skills, come over to the Coach MC studio. Visit me on my website. It's the coachmc.studio, and shoot me up an email. Let's meet. Let's find out if you're a great match for each other. Maybe we can work on a fantastic adventure. Follow adventures here next Saturday on this beautiful panel with the next Saturday Night Hypnosis. Thank you so much, Hypnotic, for making this happen. It's been a blast.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to call out the super chat real quick because he likes to drop super chats right at the end. Joshua Martin for $10 says, wanted to thank the panel. This is a great Saturday Night Hypnosis. Lots of good points this time around. Thank you, Joshua. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. With that being said, it was a fantastic evening. Thank you again. Amazing first stream out for this year. And we're going to continue kicking ass as time goes on. Fight the good fight, do a bunch of videos together, and we'll keep it moving. On that note, peace out, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.